Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen, and today we've been doing some Moonlighter. I absolutely loved this game when I first started playing it. Haven't really played it since, so I kind of just want to start a new game and let's see how we go. So that's what we'll be doing. There is a new game plus and all that. Probably we'll leave that, but we'll just start a basic new game. It's always recommended, and that is what we'll do. Don't really want to go very hard. I just love how the default is like, yeah, recommended hard mode. Then you put a normal mode for people that wanted it easier. Among the stars of the night. Oh, I missed that. One night maze full of extraordinary treasures and deadly creatures appeared in this land. They call them dungeons, strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown lands. Soon a visitor, slightly curious, took root near the dungeons. This is Aranaka. Among the settlers, two groups shine brightest, heroes and merchants, glory and riches. But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed and many lives were lost in their depths. Life became very hard for town, especially for those of the young owner of the older shop, Will of the Moonlighter, long dreaming of the opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons. And that is kind of where we start off. So, for those who don't know what Moonlighter is all about, is a very interesting game. So essentially it's both a kind of dungeon crawler, kind of Zelda-esque, like classic Zelda top-down facing dungeon crawling, alongside kind of a shop management sim, which is really interesting, you know? Oh, I died. While learning the mechanics, we died. That's hilarious. Instant death. That's so fair, you know? And we get to use our broom at the moment to attack. Would be delightful if I had anything else, but no, my broom is good enough. So this is the kind of the real big selling point, is that I can collect resources from monsters and everything else as well, and special attack. And it kind of really delves into this with all sorts of stuff as well. Just a quick move. So, as you saw at the top there, we can have a management sim on. Basically, this is the stuff that I get to keep if I end up dying in the dungeon at any point. Here is like the immediate this is what my bag contains. I think we get more slots, maybe, I don't know. But there'll be other things that happen with this, and then we got how much money I have, which is very basic, but I absolutely love it to bits, you know? And this is where we're kind of not meant to win, as you can tell. They just keep spawning enemies. Completely unfairly. I want to know how many enemies can come on this screen, you know? Like, is there an end to this? Not by the looks of it. So yeah, we lost all the other resources we had, that's fine. And then we get kicked out of the dungeon. No idea why we get kicked out of the dungeon, but other people died, but you know. Is what it is. at Xenon, or Zenon. What a sorry looking kid. All alone now. Rest for a little bit, Will. I have you now. And yes, I assume Will is our name. It's been a long time since I played this. Like, I completed the whole thing plus the extra DLC and was like, ah, yeah. And then I was like, I saw this on Steam cheaply, and I was like, I'm going to buy it. And so now we'll learn how to manage our shop. Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you are curious of the dungeons. And all of our schematics and everything else, there is no doubt you create the same obsession as old Pete. Don't touch my stuff. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Should go really kind of out there, like, will you listen to me? The hard truth is this. You are at least last of the family. The only one left to run MoonLighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. I can't do a voice properly. Find some artifacts, then use your pen to get out of the dungeon. For creator's sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's mine for back in the day. Use it. I have little need of it now. And I get the sword and shield. Now then, get up. You're wasting light. You can't neglect the shop all day. Let's see if you can get through your hard head some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many, many years ago. Yeah, you can see the Zelda inspiration that kind of came from all this. Successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know the value, know an item's value as well as its demand. Come on now, open your shop, let the customers in. So we can open the shop. The shop is now open. Now people will come in. Now purchase stuff. Sell. You see that? The expression you can hope for. Our best expression. The item wasn't too expensive for them and not so cheap for you to lose profits. But be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair. Nah, we don't care about if the prices are fair or not. We care about if we can make a lot more money. Need to lower the price. Lesson learned. Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you'll have to offer cheaper prices of your wares. Point is, charge higher when something is high demand and in low supply. Yep, we can have a look at our merchant notebook. And we can find all the stuff that we pick up and kind of what the estimated values are. These will change over time, so. It's in your blood, Will. Make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out that new sword of yours? Dungeons are more perilous at night, but one can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far. And use that pendant, boy. You were the original Kratos. Before he became a dad. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. See, I wanted to dump my stuff, so you won't let me go back in my shop. So that's kind of the cycle, is you delve in dungeons at night, and through the day, you sell all your stuff to make money, and then you upgrade everything else. I say it's one of the games I've absolutely adored, and I've loved it for that sort of aesthetic as well. I want my broom back, though. There we go. We can collect resources. So you can see in the bottom we've got our map. It shows us everything going on. Sometimes you find hidden secrets and all sorts of other stuff, but the main point of it is you go down, and I think there's so many levels of each of the dungeons, and then you face off against like the boss of the dungeon as such. And there we go, we got some cores. Nah, I can't look at my thing at the moment. How terrible. Pipes from that one, but yeah, I've absolutely loved this game. From just the simplistic kind of design of it as well, and the kind of gameplay loop that you end up going through. Ooh, we can read this here. To a person hopefully far better luck than I, my time is short. Took an injury from the strange creature across the room. My pendant, all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out through. I'd say I'd fare better than he. He caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. He dropped a couple of items while I fled, one of which is a map to this dungeon diagram. Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said old Crazy Pete. Done gone, lost his marbles. But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess a key of sorts. All of them are linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The 5th door of Rayanoka. I don't think I pronounce that. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever find me, I apologise for the smell. But the diagram should be around here somewhere. Please open the 5th door. These dungeons are not what they seem. Big boss gonna kill me. I suppose to let them all out. I have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Ah! Big boss is gonna be so upset with little old me. So yeah, that is the diagram that we end up picking up. And when I got too much stuff, I can actually just, yeah, go back. So this is all we need to do on this one, as far as it goes. Then we can just walk back. It costs us some gold to do it, though. So it's always something to bear in mind when we do it. Like, can we get as much value from that as using that goes? But then we keep all the items, so it is technically better. Now we pop out. Ah, the young proprietor of MoonLighter has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly. It's about time, boy. What are you holding? Is that the chart of dungeons? Where did you get this? You found old Pete? Yep. Dead. See, this is what happens when you chase what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon, and look after MoonLighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in, attempt to revitalise this town. Apparently, need some startup capital first, which would be nice to see some new life around here. Nice indeed. Yeah, people are going to profit off the fact that I make money and then give it to them. You know, absolutely delightful. So we can have a look on here. So we got some people that want like 500 coins up front to be able to move in here, then some thousands, and you can see like, yeah, it gets quite expensive. The other bits we have then are in to improve my own shop, which we can do that as well, which would be kind of nice. So we've got 2 options around here, which is basically what we're going to be doing. But than that, let's go back to my shop. I always tend to want to set stuff up. We know this should be 100, right? If I'm correct. Yes, should be 100. Now, one thing that's always nice to know is kind of where the stuff sits beyond one item. So, as you see here, like, this is all above 2 gold for the vines and stuff. So you can kind of go, okay, so if it's all above 2, then I kind of know where it sits. That's under 100, so anything kind of underneath these, because they're listed in gold order, which is kind of nice to know, as you would say. Grab everything there. Put you there. I'll put you at 10. That seems fair to me. And are the twigs, they are a bit more expensive. You're going to be 20. And then these, which are a bit more expensive than the twigs, so you shall be 25. Random assignments. No idea if they're going to be accurate for the next day. Open this up and then just dump everything in there, because that will be the main thing. And then read the notes about the key and everything else you've got to sort out, and then go to bed. And we move on to the next day. Now we get to start the game for realsies. That is kind of the whole point. And another chest there as well. So for now, we'll take everything out, because we might need to sell stuff. And let's open our shop up. Invite people in. Buy all my things. Buy them, buy them, buy them. We know you like those at 100. Yeah, well placed. So you got to be careful while stocking items up and everything else. Okay. So we didn't like that. They're too expensive as well. So at 25, they didn't like those. Let's drop those down then to 20. I think those are probably a little bit too expensive, so we'll drop those down again. And so are those. Learning already. We are learning already. And these, we don't know what they sell for, but 20 is too much for that already. We figured that out. So maybe these can be 20? Okay, that's a good price. Made the sale. So they like that. That we'll try 4. Okay, let's drop that down to 15 then. And that can go to 10. Okay, he likes them at 15. I don't have any more of those. Okay, they didn't like them at 4, but they still bought them. And I guess they're kind of low priority now, so we guess we'll leave it for the meantime. Put more twigs on for sale. We'll put these ones at like 9. How about that? Discount things, discount them all the time. Yeah, I have more space, don't I? And yeah, 3 was the better price. Okay, that guy, they're too cheap. I can remember that. We'll drop them to 7 and 6. And they were too cheap at 20. 22 then. You still bought them at 3. That's all I care about. But yeah, low demand for those, so there's no point worrying about them. Oh, too many twigs. And we'll put these at like 40. At 7 they were kind of meh, but too expensive. See, this is where I got to keep track of everything. So 6 might be fine. Those down, and those. Where these sit on the chart? They'll be cheaper than roots, but more than vines, so 4 is probably fine for them then. And these sit... Ooh, they are more expensive than the energy, so you guys can be like 120? That went well. You weren't happy about it, but you bought them. And this should be more expensive again, so we'll put 110. And we shall see. They are sold. And then we've got the jelly. Where does the jelly stand? Above 5, so I guess 6. Now put it at 5. Okay, they are way too cheap. My Thor, they're way too cheap. But we can get some people in town now. We got 1,000 gold. That's the main thing we wanted. Again, those are way too cheap at 40 a piece, but that's fine. And also those were too cheap at 110. And this is the point where things are like, oh yeah, you don't really want to... You want to sell stuff when it comes in, but I'm like, I'd rather just sell the stuff anyway. But it just means you don't know what the real value of them is. I have to pay 5 coins for those. For the jellies. But yeah, just chilling out, taking our time. Yeah, again, you guys aren't happy about paying that. We get it. But if I can sell everything off, I'm happy. Be another 4. And 2 as well. Thing is knowing when they are good or not. I don't know what the percentage margin difference is. Come on, buy the twigs, buy the twigs, buy the twigs, then we've sold everything. That's it. Come on, old lady. And we're done. We're going to close the shop then. Because we've got nothing else to sell. And look at our profits for the day. 1,364 coins. Delightful. Absolutely delightful. Now let's go and buy all the stuff I need. To the town. So we got the forge and also the the wooden hat. Get both of those up, because that will give us a chance to buy weapons and everything else, and also make potions, which will be fairly useful for keeping us alive. Get them all moved in. I always found it hilarious that we pay to have them upgraded, but then we're the only customer they seem to ever have, because we're the only idiot running into the dungeon and repair. So we pay them to pay them. You know, it's just hilarious to me. I can't remember though, do they give like a starting up gift? Would be nice. Let's go speak to him. Andre. Classic Andre. Aye. You must be Will, no? The one who requested my forge? My name is Andre, Forge Master Extraordinaire. If it's weapons or armor you seek, Vulcan's Forge is the place. And there we go, so we need to get the materials to even have the armor, and then we can upgrade them as well, which is pretty cool. Would be nice if you actually like gave me something good to start with though. Iris. Oh, a customer. My apologies. It's just this book. It's so good. Okay, yes, I'm Iris, Weaver and Potion Master. Come to the wooden hat when you need a potion or enchantment. So, yeah, potions are potions. Enchantments, we can enchant our armor to give us more beneficial effects, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that for now. And we'll jump into a dungeon again for the first run if we can. So again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.